feel like I always open my videos that way. I don't know why, I just do. I'm in a weird mood today. Okay. Hello, welcome back. It's May. Yay. Okay. It's May. I love May. Spring, summer, you know, end of school. I have a character whose name is May. It may or may not be someone's birthday this month. You never know. It's also Mermay. So, we're gonna be drawing some mermaids for the month of May. We're gonna be taking some inspiration from some fish. Fishy. I want to turn scary fish, or like scary, disturbing, weird fish, into cute mermaids. Idea came from a drawing I did a while ago. My friend described to me a like humanoid anglerfish, and I just drew it in like my style. Made it more mermaid-like and just made it cute. So here she is. Yeah, so she's what inspired this because anglerfish are kind of disturbing and scary. Yes. I also asked my cousin what her favorite scary fish is, and she said an anglerfish. So we're doing anglerfish. And I'm also going to select a couple others, I think, to do as well. But we're doing it, I'm gonna redesign this one after I do some research. So yeah. Yeah. Let's get started. I'm just gonna search scary fish. We're gonna go to images. Oh, yikes. Ooh, it's in the, what is this? I don't like that. I really don't like that. Like, ew. That, I don't think that's real. Ooh, what is something? That's interesting. Telescope fish. Telescope fish. Telescope fish. Is that a baby? Yes. The anglerfish from a finding. What in the? No. Dude, I don't know why this is so messy. Or a shark. A shark would be a good, like a type of shark, like this one. What is that? Oh, goblin shark. Okay. No. No. I also want to pick something that I feel like could be easily turned into a mermaid. You know, deep water. What is this? Truly bizarre deep sea creatures. What is this? Tell me what it is. Nasty. Why can you see into its brain? Why is that kind of cute? I don't know. That one just looks cute to me. Look at its little feet. That's cute. Maybe next time I'll do cute fish into scary mermaids. Aww. Ooh. Ew. Every time I click on one. Oh, what? That's insane. Look at that. Oh, that would be cool to draw like a really long mermaid tail. Looking at the deep waters. That one just looks wrinkly. Thanos, is that you? Blobfish. We could always do a blobfish. Blobfish are like, they're not like scary, but they're just kind of a little more weird. Its teeth look like a glass. That is insane. Some sort of eel. That's what I'm guessing. Alright. I think we've done enough research here. These are some special options that we got going on here. So.
Ew. Ew. Okay, first I redesigned my anglerfish mermaid. I kept her mostly the same, but I made her look a little older, like a teenager. I feel like the other one looked a little younger, which I love, but I just wanted to make her look older. Anyway, explaining. I also added more like anglerfish details, such as like the shape of the tail and the fins and the overall like color palette, because anglerfish are mostly like black, gray, or brown. So I went into that. And I also shortened her tail to kind of mimic like the compact shape um, of the fish. Um, the design details were really fun. I added a few scales on her cheeks for a little bit of like a blush look. And don't be mad, okay? I know, anglerfish don't technically have scales, but I just felt like she needed them. So, anyways, I kept her hair like relatively the same with like the cute little bangs and the length with the tendrils, but I tried to make everything a little more rounded, except for the teeth, because anyways, I also gave her like an adorable little button nose, even because anglerfish don't really have noses. I don't know. But I wanted to give her one because I feel like it would just look weird without one. Anyways, and she has yellow eyes, which I think is like a really great contrast to like the grays and the teals that I'm gonna use. I tried to push like the little glowing elements in her design as well, especially around like her fins and tail, so she doesn't feel like too flat visually. And the lighting later helps her feel more alive, like she's always illuminating even in the deepest parts of the ocean. And of course, she has like the little Eska, the glowing lure on her forehead, because it wouldn't be an anglerfish without it. I also decided for this project to create like a story for each of these mermaids. I gave them names, like personalities to match. So this one, our little anglerfish girl mermaid, is her name is Angelina. She lives in the midnight zone with all the other deep sea creatures, and she's very mischievous and a little bit wild. She's the kind of mermaid that you would like warn your kids about. Be like, don't play with her. Not because she's dangerous, but because she's just like a little unhinged and crazy in a playful way. She uses her glow to find things and to scare people. I decided that her favorite game would be hide and seek, though she's not very good at hiding. She's like the more of the jump out and like flash the Eska to scare you kind of player. She also tends to end games very quickly by lighting everything up so she can find everyone within seconds. So, not exactly fun for the others, but it's very entertaining and funny for her. So, that says a lot about her personality. But I still gave her a soft side. You can actually like have a serious conversation with her. She's understanding, and she won't turn everything into chaos. But she's very good at brightening a situation, both figuratively and literally. Though she sometimes makes the wrong joke at the worst possible time. So I see her as like a carefree, like I feel like she'd be early teens. And she's just trying to navigate life in the deep sea, balancing chaos and curiosity along with her trolling and glowing mischief. And I really did enjoy designing her. I think she captures like the mix of playful chaos and like the deep sea mystery really well. I also think I did pretty good with turning a scary fish into a cute mermaid, and I hope you guys feel the same way. Yeah, and I'm just really happy with how she turned out. For the next one, I chose the blobfish. I decided to make her like a cute, chubby little mermaid with like that sad face and some fabulous hair. At first, I experimented with like some different poses until I landed on the one that I liked, the one that spoke to me. Um, then I decided to give her some like long, like super tight curled hair. But I didn't like that. Because a blobfish is very smooth and wet, I guess. So I loosened the curls and made her hair like flow above her. Looking at it now, it actually kind of reminds me of Ursula's hair. But this one's a little more magnificent, in my opinion. It also helped because I wanted to keep everything like round and soft looking, really wet looking. I don't like that. I don't like the idea of wet looking stuff. Ew. Okay. Anyways, so I tried to mimic like the sad look that blobfish tend to have. I gave her like a more downward drooping eyes and a cute squished nose and some little wrinkles, and I just love her. She is so cute. I can't with her. As for her story, she is BB Blobfish, and she's always in a mood. She always has this like really sad look on her face, like she's had an awful day, which maybe she did, but you just have to assume with her. She rarely smiles, but she's just naturally droopy. But she's also like the sweet old lady in the neighborhood who like pinch your cheeks and call you names like honey, sugar, darling, sweet pea. I feel like if she wore a coat, she would definitely have like all sorts of sweets in her pockets, like little candies. Like, here, kid, want a candy? But not in like a creepy way, in a friendly old lady way. Anyways, I also decided that since she has such magnificent hair, she would be like obsessed with it, like constantly making sure it's flawless, because why not? I mean, looks pretty well maintained compared to the other mermaids I'm gonna draw in this video. She probably has an entire vanity with seashells around the mirror and like tons of hair products. That's because that's just the vibe she gives off. And she's just a sweetheart. And I think like the pale pinks and blues and purples really helped with that soft vibe and make her look so kind in contrast to her sad face. She isn't a Debbie Downer. That's just her natural expression, though I feel like when she does cry, like the whole fish neighborhood knows, because she just melts, figuratively and literally, just how a blobfish on land gets all like droopy and like a little like melting ice cream on a sidewalk. She gets like that when she cries. And I love every little detail about her. The mix of colors and the little highlights just make her look so perfect and cute. I think she's definitely my favorite of the group. For the last design, I chose the telescope fish with the baby. Can we get a round of applause for this young telescope fish mother bravely taking care of her frightfully scary child in the cold, vast ocean? Yes, clap. I need to hear you. Anyways, I picked this one for two reasons. One, because it was calling to me, it kept popping up, and two, Mother's Day was this month, and I guess I just really liked the idea of drawing a mother and her child. So, no one can stop me. Anyways, I knew right away who this child was and what her personality would be. So this is Twinkle, the baby. She's pointing at something, obviously very interesting to her. And while I was drawing this, I had like this grand plan that Twinkle would be like this little child who was just extremely curious soul living in the Twilight Zone, and she's always with her mom because little Twinkle can't swim properly yet. I guess her tail muscles just haven't fully developed yet, because that makes sense. Her mom carries her around, and Twinkle just asks all sorts of questions. She wants to know everything, and her mom's name is Tina, by the way. I should have probably start saying her name. Anyways, Tina, the mother of Twinkle, is always ready to explain things. She just loves her child's twinkling energy, and she always has this twinkle in her eyes. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. I imagined that at this exact frozen moment here that Twinkle and Tina went for like this little swim and slowly drifted up into the sunlight zone where Twinkle saw like this big light and thought, "Ooh, I like that. What is that?" So she points at it and she's like,
"Mother dear, what is that big glitter ball up there?"
And Tina is like,
"Oh, Twinkle, that glitter ball is the sun. It lights the world."
And Twinkle, she's just in awe, but she doesn't like the name sun. So, being the little 4-year-old she is, she calls it her glitter globe instead. Like, I don't know. Because the sunlight sparkles on the surface of the water, and Tina is just like,
Yes, dear.
Anyway, Tina and Twinkle are just like the inseparable pair, and I just love them. And then, as for the coloring, I wanted to make Tina have like this darker, more muted like color palette to show that she's older, because you totally can't tell by the size difference. And Twinkle, she just has lighter colors, just a little bit though, since telescope fish are already pretty muted in the first place. I think one of my favorite things about this drawing was getting to draw Tina with like a more slim and like elongated tail, because the other two were more like short and pudgy, but this one, I mean, telescope fish and swim vertically and they look like a pencil. So you have much more room for a flowy tail. I also really liked the hair for this one, especially on Twinkle. I mean, you can't go wrong with some stringy pigtails on children. But still, Tina and Twinkle are just so cute. I mean, look at Twinkle's little face. She's been blessed with the adorable factor, unlike her demented telescope fish twin. Yikes. Anyways, I really enjoyed this one, though I was definitely burned out afterwards. And that's all the drawings for today's video. Yay! I really enjoyed this project and getting the chance to draw some mermaids for the month of May. And I love them all, along with their personalities and stories. Here they all are, side by side. They're just so cute. Oh, I love them. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this project as much as I did. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!